COVID-19 restrictions apply. See store or staples.com/25 in rewards. Staples.
7:07 AM 560 traffic center time. And here is Jim Telemonte.
Southbound 53, traffic is heavy. Beesterfield to Irving Park. There was an earlier crash in the area, and eastbound 390 is backed up from Meacham 53. Northbound Tri-State delays are 87th to LaGrange Road, Plainfield Road to Hinsdale Oasis, to the Reagan Tollway to pass the Eisenhower. Eden's 23 minutes, Lake Hook to Montrose, outbound 21. Kennedy, 40 minutes, O'Hare to downtown. 20 from Montrose, 15 on the Express. Outbound 32 minutes to the airport. Eisenhower, it's 48 minutes, 390 to downtown. Outbound 34. Stevenson, 50 minutes, 355 to the drive. Ryan is 23 minutes from 95th. I-57, 20 minutes, side east of the merge. Bishopford, 30. That's traffic. I'm Jim Calamonte on AM 560, The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast from the 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning Weather Center and our meteorologist, Steve Williams.
Today, clouds and sun, breezy. The high today, 42. It'll be clear tonight, low 28. Clouds and sun for tomorrow, the high 42. Friday and Saturday, mostly sunny. The high Friday, 36. Saturday's high, 41. I'm Steve Williams on AM 560, The Answer.
32 and fair at O'Hare. Next news at 7:30. Chicago's Morning Answer continues next on AM 560, The Answer.
Don't forget that you can watch Chicago's Morning Answer on the Income Store live video stream every morning at 560theanswer.com.
This is Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson on AM 560. The Answer.
Ding, 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 ding. This is just unbelievable. It's getting better. The story about Eddie Johnson and his lover lady, who, by the way, when he became superintendent, he promoted her to his security detail. Interesting. So here's what we know. According to the Sun-Times, sources said Johnson and the woman, who has since resigned, has been reassigned to another job, are seen on this restaurant video kissing repeatedly. So they weren't just kissing just once or twice, but multiple times.
What was the quality of the kissing? It may have just been a peck on the cheek.
No, I don't. Hold on one second. I've got to clear my throat.
That's what she said.
Hey now. The woman has been interviewed by the Inspector General's office, and sources said that she acknowledged drinking with Johnson for hours before Johnson was found in his SUV slumped over. But she said that they're also only friends. Okay. The woman also told investigators that both she and Johnson have troubled marriages and they frequently talk to each other. She's his driver, by the way. Records show she filed for divorce from her husband in 2018. She did not return any messages seeking comment from the Sun-Times, from Channel 7, or from the Chicago Tribune.
So theoretically, he drove drunk. We don't know this. We're speculating.
Well, he was on video for 3 hours, and it's at Ceres Cafe. They give you large drinks.
And he also went to Volare, apparently, which is in Streeterville, which I have eaten at. It's near Channel 5. Yeah. So then he has to drive down to 34th and Aberdeen.
Well, but
that's
first,
quite a trek.
But first, according to the Inspector General's office, they have a huge leaker, by the way, in the Inspector General Joseph Ferguson's office. He said that he dropped the woman off at police headquarters first, then he drove home. So it's kind of on his way home, too, because he lives in Bridgeport.
But it's a long drive if you are perhaps intoxicated, although he claims, and the official story is that he wasn't on the right blood pressure medication.
Bottom line is he lied to Lori Lightfoot, and now multiple police officers are under investigation for allegedly in this cover-up. It's a widespread cover-up. She's probably going to lose her job because of what she did, this woman. I said her name earlier, but whatever. Her name's Cynthia. It doesn't matter. She's going to lose her job, I'm sure, as well as the police officers who responded to that 911 call. And because they did not administer a breathalyzer.
Why should she lose her job?
I'm sure she's going. Well, she's already been reassigned.
Why should she? You know that Johnson's still on the payroll?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Well, his attorney spoke yesterday, but no, he's a reputable man. This is Thomas Needleman.
Brutus is an honorable man.
Yes. Is that yes, Thomas Needleman. Needham. His reputation is solid and might take a ding from this
controversy, but it's not a serious blow.
And Your Honor, my client is telling the truth.
There's no way that Eddie Johnson intentionally lied to the mayor.
What do you mean he didn't intentionally? That's what the mayor is saying. So you're calling the mayor a liar? Is that what you're doing, Attorney Needham? You're calling the mayor of the city of Chicago a liar?
Well, he wrote a response. He didn't want to go on camera yesterday, Mr. Superintendent, but he acknowledged that I made a poor decision and I had a lapse of judgment on the night of October 16th, blah, blah, blah. It was a mistake. But I love the end of the letter. It's a 2-page letter. My plans for the weeks ahead will be to reconnect with my family, enjoy the holiday season, and improve my health. Because remember, his son donated his dad a kidney. And with a new kidney, and when you're on anti-organ rejection medication, you are absolutely not supposed to be drinking.
I am prescribing 25 milligrams of metoprolol and 10 milligrams of lisinopril.
I will always be a
him.
proud Chicagoan, and I love this city with all my heart. So in the future, I look forward to staying active and helping out in any way I can. God bless you all. And one person that is now going to pick up the pieces is the new superintendent, the interim superintendent. I call him Hollywood, but his name is Charlie Beck.
Everybody makes mistakes, but we have to live with that. We have to live with our errors. And accountability in policing is 2 things that are important to me in policing. Well, actually 3 things. One is public trust, one is police accountability, and the third is police effectiveness. And all of these things have to be our bellwether. They have to be our guideposts. They have to be what drives it forward, whether you're the superintendent or whether you're the newest beat cop on CPD.
Well, you really care about this cop stuff. What is your obsession with the police for?
Because he's the top cop.
Yeah, but
and
he's just
he
some
was
fungible
using
guy.
his position
But you just
to
quoted.
get what he wants from a woman, to get a little something on the side. And he lied to the mayor and he lied to the people of Chicago. He got up there and said, "No, I fell asleep because I'm changing high blood pressure medicine."
Of this fungible Charlie Beck.
Because he's Hollywood, okay? He came from L.A.
Who cares about this guy?
You know who I can't wait to hear from?
Yeah.
President Trump. Because Eddie Johnson, this big bad superintendent, wouldn't go to the police chiefs conference because of Chicago values. Really? What are your values, Mr. Johnson?
But there is one person that's not here today. We're in Chicago. I said, where is he? I want to talk to him. In fact, more than anyone else, this person should be here because maybe he could learn something. And that's the superintendent of Chicago Police, Eddie Johnson. A few days ago, Johnson said, quote, "The values of the people of Chicago are more important than anything President Trump would have to say." I don't think so. Because that's a very insulting statement after all I've done.
You deserve to be insulted. You're a schmuck. But like President Trump, he's like, we need President Trump grandstanding on Chicago's problems. We don't need him. He's a schmuck. But that doesn't mean Johnson was right either. Let's move on.
Let's move on to our turnkey.pro answer. George Pearson, political analyst for WGN TV and chairman of the Will County Republican Central Committee. Good morning, Mr. Pearson. How are you?
I'm well, Amy. Good morning, Bruce.
Good morning.
So before we move on to others,
I don't know how you live in this show this morning with him.
Oh, well,
wait a minute.
all right.
I was trying to get you on the air, so we'd stop this filibuster about some fungible guy from Hollywood. But thank you so much, Mr. Pearson. By the way, did you know that I'm a member of the Will County the Will County Bar Association? And so, I'm a fellow Will Countyan.
Oh, you're so far removed from Will County.
Well, that's true.
I was going to write a book once titled Will County, but I decided not to. So, Mr. Pearson, what do you make of all this? I mean, it's like a bad Hollywood script that we're living right now with Superintendent Johnson.
Oh, you're right. And unfortunately, it's actually displaying what Chicago's true values are. And this is something that actually President Trump was pointing out, Bruce, when he was grandstanding out there, that we need to start looking at how our politicians and what principles and what qualities we really want in these individuals representing us.
Well, how soon do you think we'll see that video of him making out with his security guard? I mean, how disgusting is that? When you're 59 years old, nobody wants to see you make out with anybody at a bar or anywhere.
I don't think age matters.
Well, it's just
Amy is an ageist.
But out in public, he's married. He's drinking. He's on liver medication. And that's something else that we really should be talking about, that this is someone that was actually received an organ from someone else who passed away.
Oh, no, it was a direct donor.
Receive.
No, it was his son donated him a kidney.
Yeah. No, you're right.
And his son donated a kidney.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
Yeah. But it's
And
still
now
not
he's
right.
abusing it.
Yeah, it's not right for him to
He's abusing.
abuse himself. Yes, you're right.
All right,
I'm trying to get on the good side of Mr.
So these
Pearson.
are the
we're fellow
qualities.
Republicans. But go ahead.
Well, wow, Bruce, we're agreeing. My goodness.
We are agreeing.
I'm having fun this morning.
All right, so today is impeachment hearings. It's constitutional lawyers. There's 4 of them, 3 Democrats, 1 Republican. Are you going to be paying attention today?
No.
Your mind's already been made up?
Not that it's been made up. They haven't presented anything, or nor will they be presenting anything today that's worthwhile listening to. Bring us some evidence. And Bruce, you're an attorney. I'm a former police officer. There's no way in the world that we would have been able to present this case before any judge in Will County or Cook County and actually bring any type of conviction.
Mr. Pearson.
In fact, I doubt a state's attorney would have even heard the case.
Yes, Mr. Pearson,
So,
you're 100%
again,
right about that. I may say it because I
As far
actually
as I'm
read the testimony that Jonathan Turley, the professor,
It's
the
an
law
easy
professor,
beach read.
is
It's
going
really
to be
good.
giving to Congress today because he provided it to us this morning or yesterday afternoon, and he quotes Mr. Creosote from Monty Python and the Meaning of Life by saying there is a waffle-thin record in this case. So it's not good, as you have just stated. My only question would be, because on page 34 of Mr. Turley's statement, he says in pertinent part, the request for an investigation is not corrupt. You know, the investigation of Biden and his son. That's not corrupt, notwithstanding its inappropriateness. So my question to you would be, what is the difference between inappropriateness and corruption? Because I don't quite understand that, and I'm the attorney here.
Yeah. And therein lies the rub. So they're trying to apply, and again, you and I both know there are legal standards and then there are moral standards. So what they're commingling the two. They're trying to throw in something that was inappropriate, maybe principle-wise, moralistically, into a legal argument, and that's where the failure is in this entire proceeding.
Mr. Pearson, you are the Will County Republican Central Committee chairman, and I know that you're pretty upset, and I would be too, that Nazi is running again as a Republican.
Yeah, who in the world would sign his petition knowing
you're
that?
really upset about that, and I don't blame you.
Goodness.
Tell us about it.
I'm pissed. Sure. This is the problem when we don't have precinct committeemen working the streets the way they're supposed to and out helping these candidates gather signatures and having these conversations. So when people are moving out of the state of Illinois or refusing to get involved in politics, this is what happens. Evil creeps in, raises its ugly little head into our daily life. There's no way in heck this clown should have been even nowhere near a ballot. But people were uninformed. And unfortunately, people are turning off the radios, they're turning off the news because they're over inundated with stuff about Trump. And they're not hearing what's going on locally on a regular basis.
What's he running
Therefore,
for?
we've been unfortunately, Congress, 3rd Congressional District.
Okay, all right.
And that goes from Homer Glen all the way over to 22nd Street in Chicago. Again, some of the gerrymandering, but that's a whole other issue right there.
So who are you endorsing and who
goes
should
from Chicago?
Who are you endorsing and who should our listeners vote for?
That would be Mike Frizzalone. Mike Frizzalone is a current Will County board member and a great fiscal conservative and someone that we've been throwing our support behind all along. So we will be hitting the streets, taking the petitions of that clown, because I refuse to say his name.
Yeah, I don't want to know his name.
Mr. Pearson, along those lines, Michelle Malkin, somebody that I have held in high esteem up till now, apparently is in league with a white supremacist whose name I don't remember, but somebody who's uttering a lot of white supremacist shibboleths, and you would well, I know it's very disturbing, and it's been disturbing to a lot of members of our party. I don't know if you're particularly aware of this because it's just come up in the recent news cycle, but we've got to watch out for that kind of thing. I remember William F. Buckley years ago disowning George Lincoln Rockwell, who was the head of the John Birch Society at the time. We've got to, pair our ranks, just like the Democrats have to do of their extremists. Am I right?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm unaware of this situation with Michelle Malkin. It definitely needs to be looked into. So I can't comment on that because I don't know.
Okay.
If it's true, then yeah, we need to have a conversation with her, and she needs to pull away from this individual. And again, the Republican Party gets a bad rap on a regular basis because of knuckleheads like this. When the truth is, they've been associated with the Democrat Party and socialists for as long as I can remember.
Yep.
They're communists. They're socialists. Who's pushing that agenda between the Democrats and the Republicans? So the fact that this clown is actually running as a Republican, it chaps my hide, man.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you. We'll have to leave it there for today. George Pearson,
thank you,
political analyst for WGN-TV and chairman of the Will County Republican Central Committee. Thanks so much for joining us, George.
Thanks for having me. Take care, folks.
Yep. And he joined us on our turnkey.pro answer line.
Connect with Dan and Amy using the AM 560 mobile app. Download it today at 560theanswer.com/mobile.
My name is David Hochberg. If you'd like to pay off debt, call Team Hochberg